Now when I have fun challenges, I always risk more, a lot more, maybe a 3%, 4% per trade, but that's because I don't mind blowing an account. I prefer spending a lot of I don't want to spend a lot of time passing challenges, so I'm going with more risk. And talking about the funded accounts, I put a trade per account. And if a trade I like a lot of trade, I put a 2% risk.
Hello everyone and welcome to another trader interview here at SFT. Today we have Carlos Coelho with us and he has actually managed to withdraw 3K in payouts from SFT. And he's here today with us to talk about his journey as a trader and how he did actually manage to become profitable. So Carlos, thank you very much for being here with me.
Same to you. It's an honor to be here in SFT interviews.
Awesome. We're just going to jump straight in. The first question should be a pretty obvious one. Why Forex? How did we get into Forex trading in the first place?
Correct. Well, first of all, I was like an e-commerce. I do e-commerce, and I was paying to a provider in cryptocurrency. And then when the cryptocurrency bull run starts, I start to learn about trading. So first I start learning about trading like cryptocurrencies. And then when the bear market starts, I start to focus on Forex because doing money in the bear market was very difficult. So I start learning the Forex strategies, and that's how it starts.
Right. And how long was this journey from you first ever getting into crypto to you getting into Forex? How long did this last?
I think that I start with the e-commerce at 16. Then I think that at 18 it was the bull run of cryptocurrencies. Now I am 20, so maybe I am with Forex. Well, with trading, I think I am 3 years, maybe 3 years trading. And with Forex, I think I am 1 year and a half, maybe. But trading is it's not the same trading like Bitcoin or trading Euro USD, but like the general rules are the same. So it's easy to change. Well, trading is easy to change. It's easy to know new strategies. It's easy to apply new strategies in new pairs, like in commodity stocks. When you know how the game is, just learn something more. It's more easy than the starting.
Yeah, I would say altogether they all have very similar concepts that you have to follow to be good at either one. But I do think that crypto is probably slightly different for people because it was always based on hype and you didn't necessarily have to learn all those things. So for you, the transition to Forex, was that a difficult one or did you find it quite smooth?
Easy. It's because it's easy to know about Forex. Forex has a strong fundamental behind, and crypto, to be honest, not. To be honest, crypto is a little bit manipulated. Is the movements are like very, it's out of volatility, and because of the historic of the market, if you don't have historic in the past, it's very difficult to know the future. But in Forex, you know that it has been here for a long time ago. So you can study the past to try to predict the future. And that's why I think it's easier to learn about Forex.
Right. And so obviously if you're saying that it was quite an easy journey for you, was there any period of adjustment where you had kind of these losing streaks coming into it, or did you kind of come in and be profitable pretty much
No,
instantly?
always. At first of all, I think that I blew 3 accounts. There are little accounts. There are maybe 55 or 50K accounts. So, well, it's matters, but it's not out of money. So, and then when I get funded 2 times consecutive times, the 2 accounts nowadays it's blown up. But now I haven't blew an account like for 6 months. So now
Mm.
I'm very good. I'm very constant. I have good streaks. I have loss streaks. That's how it works. Maybe you are going to have like five consecutive tick profits, maybe five stop loss. It's normal. It's normal, but
Yeah.
it's important to have a good psychology there because it's normal. Statistically, it's obvious that you're going to lose, that you are going to have like bad luck or good luck.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like you're quite confident about the whole idea because I know a lot of people when they first come in, they find it overwhelming. Like Forex, for me especially, I found it overwhelming the first year or two. Was there any times where you had big setbacks and it kind of made you think, "Oh, this might not be for me"?
To be honest, no. To be honest, no. But because I was never risking. I'm a very conservative trader, so I never risk a lot of my own money. So I take all with like with not pressure because if you take this journey like with a lot of pressure that you need to be funded, you need to do this pay, you need to scale up a lot. It's very difficult to in your mind. It's very difficult with that all of that pressure in your mind. It's very difficult. If you have $1,000 in your bank account and you spend $1,000 in a 200K account, is like you're going to have a pressure that it's not normal. It's very bad to treat like that.
Mm. I mean, it's interesting that you've got such a strong mindset. Is this something that you've kind of always had, or do you feel like there's specific things in your life that have happened to build you into this person?
I am it's well in my I have a very good philosophy. I'm very like let me check in the translator. Cut this, please.
Yeah, no worries.
um, mm, it doesn't found it in the, doesn't put me good. Let me check. Wait a moment. Mm, I don't find the in Google doesn't appear. Okay, which was the question? And I answer.
So yeah, so just the whole mindset that you have built up until now, the psychology you've built, like is there any particular places that you can think back to in your past where you know that this character was built?
Well, at first, I always has been an entrepreneur. So to me, it was like a little bit more easy. I know that you need to be relaxed. You need to that all it's like a journey, a path. And that's all always of course in the past I was always checking the charts or checking how are they going my trades, but that's a normal thing. But when you trade all the days or the weeks, you you are like trading like 300 days per year, so you are always taking a lose, taking a win, lose, win, always, always. So you optimize that. You start to understand that that's a normal thing, and you start to act like a robot. For example, I have multiple funded accounts. I am more than a well now I am a million funded in total in all the prop firms. For example, I have 7 different accounts, and I have put a trade like 1 week ago, and I haven't seen yet if it hits TP or stop loss. That's
Right.
my mindset. I put my trade, and I doesn't see it. I will see it when I have to turn. Well, I have turns of putting trades in all of my accounts. So when I need to put the trade in that account, I will see if I hit the take profit or stop loss.
Right. So it's this kind of this set and forget mentality, whereas I know my rules, I do them, and then I just walk away
Yes,
until the
yes,
trade plays
always.
out.
I don't put break even. I don't do anything. I put my stop loss on take profit, and I don't mind.
Yeah, and I think this is obviously it's a great way to build that kind of mindset in trading, just because, like you said, losses are going to come, wins are going to come. There's nothing you can do about it apart from your analysis leading up to it and your execution. So the it also seems like you have a lot of confidence in your own strategy. Then is this strategy one that you've kind of always had since you came into Forex, or have you developed this over the period of time?
One strategy I already have. One strategy that I have, it's very easy. It's based on market structure in high time frame in H4 in 4 hours time frame. That's very easy. I have 2 strategies. That one that because it's in 4 hours, I don't trade a lot of that strategy because there are 4 hour candles. I can trade a lot. So I do less trade and I also have a scalping strategy. So in the high time frame strategy, I only work like 15 minutes a day, 20. Only I check the charts, only check it because the charts it doesn't move a lot. So I check it all the charts and that's all. And then I have a scalping strategy on Nasdaq that one proprietary of a hedge fund show me. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm using now.
Right. And so the strategies that you're using, do you change? Obviously, if you've got three different strategies, do you use them on different funded accounts? Do you use them different from the challenges to the funded phase?
Yes, yes. For now, well, now when I have fun challenges, I always risk more, a lot more, maybe a 3%, 4% per trade. But that's because I don't mind blowing an account. I prefer spending a lot of. I don't want to spend a lot of time passing challenges, so I'm going with more risk. And talking about the funded accounts, I put a trade per account. And if a trade I like a lot of trade, I put a 2% risk in one account. But I try to use different accounts. But now I'm going to maybe merge some accounts and I'm going to have like 4 accounts, like four mother accounts, and then do copy trading to the other ones. I think that I'm going to do that because I have capital that I'm not even using. I have, for example, a 50K funded account that I haven't traded for 1 month. So it's like I have it there and I don't do nothing with that capital. So I'm going to to maybe not put all in one because all in one is like it's you can kill yourself because if you had a bad streak, for example,
Mm.
I am now in a bad streak. I am like in five consecutive stop loss. That's very difficult to have that. But I am having now. Well, I and imagine having all in one account. Maybe imagine if I have 1 million one account and I am -5%. It's going to be difficult psychology. For your life. Imagine that you lose all your capital. You are not going to win money in the next month or the next 2 months. So it's very important to diversify your risk.
Yeah, and I do think that is 100% true. I think people that use trade copiers tend to just every account they get, they just put them all into one, and then at that point they just kind of hope for the
Oof.
best. They don't expect that they can have massive losing streaks, but we all know
Yeah,
it happens. So then obviously you like you said, you use a very aggressive strategy to pass challenges. You kind of switch to a more conservative strategy to once you're funded. Do you have
yeah.
an actual payout strategy? Like, do you have a target in mind and things like that?
For now, I'm very conservative. I'm going to change that because I'm always targeting to a 2%, 3%. And when I have the payout, I wait from the to the date to the payout date, and then I quit, and I go to another account. So yes, I'm going to risk 1% and try to do more percent. Maybe 5% is when it's a good target. It's the best I do is 11% that I do in a 100K account. Talking about percentage, and it's fine, but only for the picture to say, look, I do like 11K withdrawal.
Mm.
But I think it's better to have a small payouts always and not going to take the big one.
Right, yeah, and I think a lot of traders are starting to move towards this thing of at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what percentage you make on the account. What matters is what percentage do you have in funding or how much do you have in funding? Because 1% on 1 million is still a very
Yeah,
good payout.
yeah. It's
So
amazing.
again, it's very interesting talking to you because you do seem like you are very very confident, and you seem like you've always been confident about that. Is there any kind of resources or any biggest tips that you would give to other traders that are kind of new into the industry?
Yes, new to industry. Look, I'm going to say something that obviously is public because all is in the internet, but it's very important. It's like I'm going to give a gift. It's that most of the days, well, no, 50% of the days, for example, euro dollar, it's going to be the low of or the high of the day, and that's very important to start trading. Because if you know that in the kill zone of that it's 8 to 11 Fed, okay? In that 3 hours, you have a 50% that it's going to make the top or the low of the day. So that's a
Mm.
very important thing in euro dollar, for example. Also, I always recommend to trade in London or New York always. I also recommend to try to follow the trend, to try to if it's going up, try to search for a retracement, because most of new people try to do the best trade. It's going up a lot, and I'm going to catch the top, and you're always going to be stopper, stopper, stopper. I think the most important thing is follow the trend. You can. I also trade searching for a reversal also, but I think that follow the trend is the easiest way to win money, to be honest.
Yeah, I think following the trend is always the safest bet. I do know a lot of traders that are successful that are kind of pullback traders, and but I
Me,
feel like
me.
that takes a lot more experience.
Yeah, well, I use retracements. For example, my strategy in 4 hours, it's about retracements only. That's all. You
Yeah,
can
and
take a Fibonacci, you can take a smart money concept like demand zones. If wait for the retracement for example, in a in a downtrend, wait to the retracement and go short. That's all.
mm, and so kind of what's the end goal with this? Because it's clear, like you said, you're an entrepreneur. So I feel like I can already tell trading isn't the end goal. I feel like there's obviously other projects waiting down the
Yeah,
line.
of course,
Is
yeah.
yeah, like what is this trading? What is it looking to fund?
Trading is like it's my own work. It's a work to win capital to maybe in the future do other things. Of course, I would like to be in the future have, like, for example, if I will have to have a hedge fund, for example, or that's I'm talking, it's very difficult to have. It's very difficult to have that, but maybe a hedge fund, or imagine, or I also will love to have a broker. That there are difficult things, but maybe, yeah. But I like I like doing a lot of things. Trading is not the only thing that I do. I also have like a shop of gaming codes, for example. I also have things with crypto. I have a software it's difficult to explain, a software of crypto.
Mm.
I like, because I like doing things. I am in my house and I don't know what to do, so I found things to do money. That's all.
Yeah, I mean I think that's one of the hardest things for traders when they start trading kind of as a full-time thing. You do have loads and loads of spare
Yes,
time.
for me now, I don't spend. I spend time in trading, but to be honest, not a lot. Maybe I am 2 3 hours a day, 2 hours. So it lets me out of time to do other things. And when you are like a lot of time here trading, it's not the same passion that it was
Mm,
when you start. So you need to expand. You need to do more things. For me,
yeah.
because I need to be doing things. If I only do trading, okay, I will win money, but to me it's not. mm, I need more.
Yeah, and I mean, for a lot of people, the idea that they need to be stuck at their computer all the time ends up ruining a lot
Yeah,
of their
of
psychology.
course.
And I mean, what other techniques? Because to me, it sounds like one of the techniques you use is to just keep yourself occupied, keep yourself busy. Is there any other kind of techniques that you have used to control your psychology in trading?
Psychology is the most difficult. It's the last thing that you understand. It's very difficult to understand. First, experience. How I said, you need to start with real money. I don't recommend demo, because demo is like using fake money. You are not going to apply your psychology. You need to put in in the scenario of losing or winning money. That and you need experience. You need to experience how you feel when you lose, how you feel how when you win. That's my first recommendation. Do trading, do trading, do trading, and you're going to be like a robot. Also, try not to check the charts of the trades. Also, if you do a scalping, don't try to see the floating, the equity, because it's going to move up, down, up, down. And all when we start, we close a little bit of the trade, we push the break even, it's going to stop loss. I close and then go to my take profit. So I recommend the easy thing that it's not doing anything. If you enter a
Yeah,
trade, because you know that your strategy is like that. If your strategy is good, put a trade, that's all. You don't need to do anything. For me, it's the easy way. It's the easiest way to do. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to think. But because we are humans, we always try to perfection. We need the perfection in all, and can't be like that. So
yeah.
that's my two recommendations to master the psychology.
Yeah, and we all know that psychology is hands down one of the most important parts of trading. And like you said, it's normally like the last thing that traders end up learning. And I feel like that's the make or break for a lot of people. But I have another thing I am really interested to hear your opinions on as an entrepreneur. How do you feel like the prop industry is progressing? Do you feel like we're moving in a positive direction?
Yes, and I think I am a person that I like regulation, to be honest. I like regulation. So I think that the thing that was happened with the max price funds, it's a positive. I also have 100K there, but I think that it was positive that because I think that if regulators are going to be there, it's best for all because there are not going to be scams. So better. I think that we are moving in a good way, and I think that it's going to be uh, the main thing in trading in maybe 1 2 years because I am seeing brokers of or exchange of cryptocurrencies going into this and going
Mm.
into funded accounts. I'm seeing a lot of influencer YouTubers that a year ago said that no prop firms are not real money. No, no, no. Now all of them love prop firms. A lot of them do publicity of prop firms. So I think that it's going to be the main thing in the industry.
Mm. And I think it's really interesting as well that you said that obviously the main complaint for everyone was that it's not real money. Um, Even though they all knew that brokerages don't really, once you've put your money in, it also isn't real money anymore as well. So it's kind of interesting that it's the psychology behind the actual traders themselves that seems to be driving the actual industry forward. And on the one hand, that's a really good thing for traders that are honest and they're just voicing their opinions. But then what happens when, like you said, you've got all these bigger influencers getting involved? How do you feel like, because in my opinion, a lot of traders aren't failing prop firms because the challenges are too hard. It's because of how influencers have built up the industry to be. What do you feel about, let's not name any names, but how do you feel about the way the influencers have a hold on the industry?
Mm, I don't have a formal opinion, but I think, to be honest, that the most of the influencers that are in the top, that have the most views, most of them are not traders, to be honest.
Mm.
I don't even see a payout of them. They don't show anything. But that's how they are very good communicators. They are very good doing marketing. They are very good doing all the things, but I think that they are not traders. So well, but I think to be honest that they are not their fault that the people fail the challenges. I think that the responsibility always is for of the people. And I think that if, for example, if I have 10 person and I give them like a course, a course is the correct name, like a
Yes.
course, maybe 10 of them, maybe eight are or seven are or six, I don't know. I am saying arbitrary things. I'm going to fail challenges uh, because they don't learn good, they don't want to have the effort. So I think the most of the thing is fault of the people. Also because of the daily drawdown. I think daily drawdown is a very important thing. I think most of people, I don't know the statistic, but I think the drawdown, I think it's like the difficult thing to the newbies because they go like with 50 lots in our 25K accounts, and if you need a 8% of the target, if you have a 5% of the daily drawdown, it's going to static, sorry, bro.
No worries.
That word, let me check how it spell it. Static,
Study.
no, static,
Oh, statistic. Yeah. STASTI.
statistically,
Yeah, statistically. Yeah.
statistically. Okay, okay, statics. No, sorry, bro. I can't.
No worries.
Sorry, bro. Okay, repeat. I don't know what I was going to say. Uh, mm,
It's about the pass rates.
yes, okay. That if you need an 8% and the daily run is a 5%, it's obvious that if out of people do random trades, that most of them, 90, maybe 90%, 95%, they put trades, but they're not traders. If I go to play football with my friends, I'm not a football player, to be
Mm.
honest. So that's how it works. Most of them, it's a true, they do gambling, and if you have with a lot of lots, the lot size is very big. So if you have an 8 or a 10% in one side, and the other side you have the max loss of 5%, the statistics said that you are going to lose more than win. So I think that's why most of them lose.
Yeah, and I mean,
And it's easy to not to do that. It's only managing your risk. For example,
yeah.
1% per trade, your stop loss is a 1% of the account, and that's all.
And I personally agree with you. I feel like all of the complaining that has happened about the industry and whether challenges are too hard, whether we should change this rule, that rule, I think the honest truth is that it's in individuals. It's a societal issue. Traders aren't taking
Yeah.
it seriously. They don't treat it like a business, so they can't really have any hope to pass it. Um, but this is a question that I kind of like to ask as we start closing things out. Obviously you're an entrepreneur, so this shouldn't be too difficult for you. For some people it is. Trading tomorrow is non-existent. It no longer exists anymore. What do you immediately kind of look to move into?
Mm, maybe I will try to move to something that is scalable. Scalable, for example, to dropshipping or e-commerce, I wouldn't because it's not scalable. It's the now that industry is like doing like organic publicity in TikTok, and if you have the luck that you get a million views, you're going to sell, for example, 3,000, 4,000 in a day. It's very good, it's fine, but that's not going to be for a month or for 2 months. It's that day, and that's all. So maybe I will try to find something that is scalable and also something that also online. Okay, something online. Of course, I don't want fixed cost, and something that you don't have fixed cost. Maybe I will try to do. I will try to create a software or something like that because, or maybe I will. I the idea is not to have fixed cost, to be honest, because if you don't have fixed cost, you can try a lot of things. So if you,
Yes.
for example, if you have a provider and your customer pay to you, and then you pay to a provider, you are not going to pay money. You're going first to receive the money and then pay your provider. That's how I will do it because that lets you spend like 1,000 in one project. Okay, fails. 1,000. Okay, fails. Try, and it's obvious that one of them is going to be good. So
Mm,
that's what I focus on. I don't really know the industry, but if you know marketing, if you know how social media works, if you know more or less how it works, I think that you can search for product or service that you can offer, and with the time you are going to win money.
awesome. And I think the how you've just spoken about that and how you've answered that question kind of highlights that you are a very methodical person. You follow systems, even when you're just trying to decide what you would want to do with your life. And that's clearly how you have managed to find success in Forex. I think that's a very important takeaway for people. Being a Forex trader isn't about having fun, it's not about the excitement, it's about being methodical and following your plans.
And also an interesting thing about entrepreneurship or making business or and forex or trading is that most of the people that go to trading, they are well, they are maybe not entrepreneurs, but they have the mentality. Okay, so they understand that the most time they are going to spend in the chart, more money they are going to win, and maybe in forex or trading is the only work in the world that's not the rule. Maybe it's going to be the opposite. The less the time you are in the chart, maybe you're going to win more money. I think
Mm.
that's like that. So only people go with the mentality of spending time, working. And I think in Forex, it's not, I think it's not a rule to follow. So
Mm.
it's like different, there are different words.
I think a lot of people would probably agree with you as well. I think there's a period of time where you're learning Forex where you will have to spend quite a lot of time in the charts. I think you obviously had the upper hand of already spending some of the time during the crypto bull runs and understanding how markets work. But yeah, for most people, once you know what you're doing, once you've got your strategy, the less trades you take, the better. Therefore, it would make sense to be away from the charts as much as possible.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but before we kind of look to close things out, is there kind of anything else that you had personally had in mind as we come into this interview that you wanted to speak about at all?
To be honest, no. To be honest, no.
Yeah, no,
You,
that's completely fine.
okay, okay. I haven't think anything.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, just in case I'd missed anything. But yeah, like honestly, I really appreciate you being here today and kind of sharing your journey with us. I think it's been for me, it's been very insightful, and I hope it is for everyone else. Um, but yeah, once again, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks to you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And I do wish you the best of luck for the rest of 2024 as well, not just with trading, but with all of the other kind of business ventures that you've got going on.
Thanks. I'm going to get more payouts in Skillet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
100.
will see, you will see, you will
Yeah,
see.
and hopefully we'll have you back on again and we can speak about the experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for
Brilliant.
all.
Thank you very much.